these ridiculously large creatures. So,
and now we're going another match in progress.
Yeah. We have William Anderson, who's unknown, and Brenden Farhina, who's unknown.
Yeah. I think I'm going to root for unknown. The unknown archetype I've never played
underdog.
against.
He's missing an N.
And once we know what these archetypes are, we do not have their deck lists, as Joey was just saying. We will let you know as soon as we have it. I guess we've got one now, Merfolk.
Yeah, Merfolk, very likely. William Anderson plays an island into a curse catcher. This is game 3, round 2. William Anderson versus Brenden Farhina. Brenden plays Wooded Foothills and passes the turn. So if he's playing Zoo, which is a possibility, it's a slow start.
And Curse Catcher comes in for 1. And there's a fetch. I think Curse Catcher might be dying.
Also pointed out that the Dark Depths token is bigger than Emrakul.
There we go. Dark Depths token.
Also not legal in Modern, though.
Is Dark Depths banned?
Dark Depths was banned in Modern.
Oh, man.
Because the combo was Hex Mage and Depths. And I guess if you're going to ban one, you keep the Hex Mage.
Yeah. Wizards of the Coast, how mean are you?
Why are you taking away all our fun?
What if I want to spend my mana to get back that guy?
I know.
How much mana does it take?
I don't remember. I don't even care to look it up. So, Brenden fetches a Taiga with that Foothills.
We might be seeing a Lightning Bolt here.
Not sure if he's playing Zoo, but so far indications are something to that effect.
All signs point to Zoo.
Yeah, except for the fact that he had no turn 1 play.
Well, I mean, in game 2, Zoo versus Merfolk often takes on more of a controlling role, kind of a mid-range control role.
Right.
You really want to get down a Tarmogoyf because Tarmogoyf holds the fort so well,
right.
And then just burn all of the lords. Die, Lord, die.
Makes sense.
If it is Zoo, Zoo is widely considered Merfolk's worst matchup.
Both decks that have potential in Modern as well, though, by the way. A lot of the Merfolk deck is legal in Modern. A lot of the Zoo deck is legal in Modern.
I have heard a lot of people say, oh, you can't possibly play Merfolk in Modern. It loses Force of Will and Days. Well, you can't play Legacy Merfolk in Modern. You can build Merfolk that in other ways.
Right.
You're not shackled to one design.
Exactly. And you're not fighting against the same decks either. You may, the lack of Force of Will and Days, sure, those are great cards and they are, they're big cards to lose, but they're not integral to the deck. For one thing, they're not even Merfolk. They also don't attack.
Yeah.
So you can play other counterspells. You can play Crypto Command and tap down your opponent's team, draw a card, and then swing in for the win.
That's something I've done many times. Herd Ape, giving further credence to the idea that it's Zoo. If this isn't Zoo, it's some sort of weird unknown deck.
I heard he's a pretty good creature. I mean, I heard. That was really bad.
Oh, darn it. And now it is Zoo.
Yeah. This might be the ape deck I heard about. It's all apes. It's an ape tribal deck.
I've heard about this deck. The ape tribe is a powerful tribe.
It really is. Forests in play.
Lightning bolts. That says to me, if he's killing a Curse Catcher, that he has a lot of other burn in hand.
Yeah.
Grim Lava Manchester.
I don't think that's actually what it's called. Red Elemental Blast for the Mental Misstep, and a second Mental Misstep.
You don't think it's called Grim Lava Manchester?
I don't think it's called Grim Lava Manchester. You're adding letters.
Alex Bertoncelli?
Alex Bertoncelli or whatever they said earlier. Yeah.
For those of you who weren't here during the announcements, in the first round, the judge has a joke called Alex Bertoncelli. Alex Bertoncelli.
Bertoncelli or something. It was definitely
Aether
like
Vial, a little late to the party from William Anderson. That's really a card you want out much sooner.
So William on just 2 islands and an Aether Vial. Brenden on the draw has 3 lands, now 4, and a Curd Ape.
That is a lot of lands for Zoo.
And Curd Ape swinging into the red zone. Cannot block with Aether Vial, but can
Aether
Vial
Vial
in a
taps,
die.
can put a 0 into play.
It's true.
Doesn't do it. William playing around a little bit, I guess.
Yeah, he says, I'll tap the Vial for nothing. That must be the first time the Aether Vial came into play the entire match, because they just
Right.
pulled out the dice. Oh, you need a dice? I have some dice. Here's some dice. So there's a Mutavault for William. And there's a Kira Great Glass Spinner. Kira is a kind of frightening and frustrating creature to play against.
Now, Kira, it will die most likely, but it takes up resources to be killed. Kira is one of the good weapons for Merfolk against Zoo. First attempt, Tarmogoyf. Checking the graveyard, I believe he is a 3/4.
Coming
Land,
soon
creature,
to
instant.
Coming soon to Innistrad.
I hope not.
I hope so.
Now, if I were Brenden and somebody tried to put a die on my Tarmogoyf, I would take the die off. It's my card, you don't get to put a die on it.
Yeah, if he wants to keep a die over there to keep count, that's fine.
Yeah, that's
Don't
not
put
up
it
to
on.
me. Don't put it on my card. Brendan's mountain over there is one of my favorite mountains. One of the only full art mountains I actually like. Back to basics. This is a monster.
Yeah, that's gonna really, really slow Brenden down.
It turns that pair of tapped dual lands of Brendan's into Fire Blast bait, if he even has Fire Blast. At first opportunity, he'll want to Pyroblast that, but I mean, he wants to Pyroblast other things as well.
Good thing is Back to Basics does not get the protection provided by Kira.
So now we've got Tarmogoyf and Curd Ape facing off from Kira and Aether Vial with 1, maybe 2 counters on it? No blocks, says William. That'll be 5 damage, knocking him down to 9.
Like you said, Brenden kind of a little bit flooded, but it actually may be a good thing considering the Back to Basics. Right now he's got 1 mountain, which is unaffected by Back to Basics, and an Arid Mesa, which obviously will most likely fetch something else unaffected by Back to Basics.
I wouldn't be surprised if there are literally no other basics besides that mountain, though.
That's a possibility as well, yeah. Still, it does give him access to a mana for that turn.
Lord of Atlantis is such a big
And
monster.
he has yet another land to add to the board.
Now, I actually haven't seen Back to Basics in Merfolk very often, so it's really cool to see it here. In they come. The Aether Vial is tapped. A Merfolk Reejerey comes into play. That makes his Lord of Atlantis a 3/3. Blocks are declared. Curd Ape does die. Tarmogoyf makes it through. He remembers to re-tap his Mutavault. It does not get to untap. Back to Basics is not one way. In they come. 3/3, 3/3, and a 2/2. At least for now. 8 damage.
William's still under pressure from that Goyf.
Brenden Farhina untaps. When Brenden burned that curse catcher, I mean, there was an indication to me that the curse catcher, I mean, that the burn was a part of a lot of burn, but we have not seen that to be the case.
Yeah.
And we get a Sower of Temptation.
Sower of Temptation.
Now, if Brenden...
Now he has some... Oh, I thought that was a burn spell.
This game looks all but over to me.
Yeah, it's looking really rough from Brenden. Not able to capitalize on his early advantage. Which is kind of...
surprising.
Yeah, surprising for a zoo deck that isn't able to capitalize on the early advantage.
Well, I think that bolt was premature, unless he has, like, Fire Blast in his hand right now. I think that he was a little bit quick to jump to the gun. I mean, the Curse Catcher couldn't even profitably block. So...
Right, exactly.
A little bit of pondering here and there from William Anderson.
Lightning Helix will
buy a little bit of time. And,
buy some time and knock William down to 3.
And William has a Force of Will in hand.
Did he? What did he target with that?
I think he targeted William's face. He does have another basic land in his deck. So in order to make this happen, Brenden needs to have both a bolt of some sort and a Pyroblast. Or 2 bolts.
Why is that? I'm kind of...
William has a Force of Will in hand.
Oh, I didn't see that. I'm sorry.
And a blue spell. You can't wait anymore, Brenden. You've gotta like show it, or it's over.
At this point, it's kind of... He has the Pyroblast and a Path to Exile, I believe. That's a Rebecca Guay promo, Path to Exile.
Rebecca is one of my favorite Magic artists.
Mm-hmm, mine too.
And I've been lucky enough to interview her, I think 3 times now. Okay. Always awesome. Really, really great person to talk to. I think she does some great art. And
absolutely.
There was a big push to make sure that she got back onto the artist